And he is just one of the most generous and giving hosts you'll ever meet, besides being a damn fine poet. So, but anyway, Mike has a book here called Moon Cussers, again, except for the one copy I'm going to get. Buy all the rest of his shit, please. All right. Mike's poetry, prose, and music reviews have been published globally, but with little reportable income. Full-length collections include Moon Cussers, American Mental, Blue Fan Whirring, a 2016 Pushcart nominee, president of Calling All Poets, now in its 22nd year in Poughkeepsie, Dew Paltz, and Beacon, New York. CD reviews appear online at All About Jazz and Lightwood. New Jazz Excursions can be heard on alternating Saturdays, 10 to 12 p.m. on WIOX 91.3 FM in Roxbury, New York. Woo! He loves Emily most of all.
Thank you. How about a hand for Ken and Amanda, man? And
Thinking he hosts my show.
Being that this is like the first time we've all been together, can I get an ohm? And I mean like a continuous ohm from everybody. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Through our debris our children walk, barefoot and barrios burdened at birth. Cry the cold China billboards in Harlem, East 138, I still call you home. Turn back the menace, the premise, the promise, the menace, the East 138, I still call you home. Abandoned like babies, burnt and forgotten over a river of peril, standing alone. At a crossroads, a beggar of Jade and Jehovah, hustling for handouts from shadows long stilled. Spit out the devil, the demon, the donor, the monster, the baby, the shrill of the dead. Run the cold plasma over chords of the faithful. East 138, I still call you home. It's another New York City poem, and it's called In a Room Above a Deli on a Corner in a Dream. Christmas lights kindle, the morning civics at Molly's, as Jack swears Jimmy was the best goddamn barkeep ever. And you nod, yeah, 'cause you're new in town and you don't know yet the whole thorough truth, but you swear. You swear on your mother's grave. You know these guys from the room above a deli, on a corner, in a dream. From a room above a deli, on a corner, in a dream. And you really need some downtime. But the devil and his deep state has got other plans for you, boyo. In a room above a deli, on a corner, in a dream. In a room above a deli, on a corner, in a dream. This is new from, well, it's not new, it's 85 fucking years old. But it's in whatever that new book is, Moon Cussers. And it's called The Reason You Dreamt. The reason you dreamt of wise men playing pinochle on stilts is because it was my dream. Absconded from my head by Baku, the dream thief, who goes about the world taking whatever is not nailed down. Yours, mine, your mama's, your great aunt's green teeth, and your father's suit of blue. You could say you had the craziest dream, but you didn't. You had mine, while I in Weehawken had yours, and I caught myself. Got up to feed the cat, and you can ask for your dreams back, but it's like immigrant children crying. It's like immigrant children crying. It's like Ukrainians being bombed. It's like Ukrainians being bombed. And tonight is no exception. Thanks, guys. I love being down here. Thank you to Ken and Amanda and Megan and Matt, Linda, Zev, Matt. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. This is called Frog Eyes. Frog Eyes Fitzgerald fought the Foos, those high-flying flashpoints no one can catch in the war. We won! He'd boast after 3 bourbons and a double rye at the fuselage on 4th and Dyer. The last great dive that isn't, he said, like so much of this fucking country he'd had as Faye invade. Last call! And the dread, like the skies over Okinawa. April Fools, 1945, set in. Dogging Foos was a breeze for Fitzgerald's bulging baby blues. This way, that, over, under, upside down. The best of the tactical tents chased the sky, aflame with battle, black as the sea. Then click as shit little motherfuckers duking and deacon as damn fast as you'd swear you never took a breath. Eyes bigger than mine, he'd assert. I know, Faye conveyed. I've seen them little motherfuckers, and I wouldn't sleep with any of them. Like so much of this goddamn fucking country, she'd say, closing down the night. Thank you. A good friend of ours, George Wallace, just recently printed this one in, I don't know, Poetry Bay, whatever it is that George does. And it's called You Blue Dyson Swirl.
Poetry Bay.
What doesn't?
Yeah, that's it.
Poetry Bay.
What doesn't George do? Exactly. And it's called You Blue Dyson Swirl. If I gave a damn, I'd finish the poem you commissioned, but I haven't the energy to concoct so elaborate a goddamn lie about you. Blue Dyson Swirl. Barrel-assing down a swollen Mississippi to save Blind Boy Jim's 27 National from foreclosure and your morally preposterous escape route. How unsettling to know I need to beg your fiction. Explain myself with your errant words. Thank you. This is the lead-off poem to Moon Cussers. And, you know, once they said, hi, you're no longer locked down, well, not necessarily, but it was kind of like, okay, you can go out now a little bit, but you have to wear the mask and a hazmat suit and all the other fucking things you have to wear. And remember the time when there was, like, no traffic? And then all of a sudden there was traffic again?
Yep.
All right. I really, in a very selfish and sick kind of way, I wish that was the same again. No fucking traffic. This is called Wide Left Turns Crossing Cedar. It's like we all couldn't wait to get back in our cars and make wide left turns. Roll through the stop signs, drift through the yellow, brake, stop, speed signal, and then turn the other way. It's like we all never left the driver's seat. We took our meals in the garage lit by a 60-watt. School bus, all mayhems anew. It's like right lanes closing in a quarter mile and don't tail construction vehicles, okay? Just don't. They got enough shit going on at home and don't need your bullock riding up their ass. It's like all the flagmen came out of hiding. Guys in trees, guys on poles, old lady Swenson crossing Cedar for her mail. It's like everyone now has a license and a fix to fill, and it's only noon. So imagine this mob at rush hour, closing in for the kill. One of the things I really like to do is make up stories about things that we thought were real. And this is, Buddha's wife. Yeah, Buddha's wife. So this is called Hellfire and Fever. Unlike stories of her acquiescence, Buddha's wife was all hot and bothered and looking to party. I know I was there. She stood her ground and made her reign with a ferocity seen by few and survived by even less. Day in and day out, that girl made wreck the priories. Brought hellfire and fever to government men. Eyes alight, head high, tits up, her bangles all a jangle, her roguery was a legend round here. Yazzo, as we called her, made her own revenge, taught her gentle charge that all men are fickle and that most women were too, and that no man is better than the other. We all see the light of day. We all see the dark of day, she said. So make yourself a light. I shit, shower, shave, and shove off for Pittsburgh, where everything beeps at me derisively. The gas pump, the smartphone, the toothbrush, the vape pen, and the microwave kills the salmon. I mean, seriously, if I had any balls at all, like my Uncle Hank opposed the wheel, I'd smash them with a rock. But I wean on leisure and regret my vote like all good citizens do. Now, this next poem is meant as no insult to all the wonderful, beautiful ladies in the room.
There's 3 of us. Oh, there's 5 of us. There's 5. 5 of us. That's all.
Yes, but in our hearts, there's many.
Wow.
At least 10.
At least. Why does everybody want to get me in trouble? I don't get it. This is called Eleanor's. This is called Eleanor's purse. Eleanor's purse held many things. Everyone's prone to this shivers and yips, she says, curating her bag with a passion few possess. This here's for bloating, she puffed, holding a change of face and coin, 1 small vial, 2 orange pills, 3 sets of 60, 4 counts of felony, 5 minor headaches, 6 Christmas trees, 7 separate somethings, 8 triple ply, 9 bold remarks, 10 turtle doves, 11 assorted mints, 12 novellas, and you lose at least 90 minutes of your life in traffic each day, she'd insist. No stranger to the truth, but not quite kin. God wields without partiality, she'd note, handing you a hammer. There's a little short one from the new book, and it's called 2 Miles North. I know by the dumpsters this little town juggles boxed wine and takeout from the Imperial Geisha. 2 miles north on 29, where another black kid's gone down. Sugar and shit fall from the sky, and here I am, 4 fingers in hand, 2 sheets to the wind, not dire nor enlightened, a prophet nor fool, just some hoary shaman who, once confronted and on a roll, has more than a few words to say and says them something like this. Emily and I were out in New Mexico in October, and there's no way to describe New Mexico when you're just rambling around. And this is called Blue Candle. Here in the heart of Maricopa County, the girl who helped thunder had nothing really to do with the rain. She was just a girl. Pronoun, verb. Standing in the shadow of the cross, who lit a blue candle amid the high mountains. Who knew love's rhombus proved proverb and vowel. A girl of moon and infinite clouds, who had nothing at all to do with the rain.
All right.
In any book of Manhattan dreams, shadows slant on Crooked Street. St. Peter loiters the cashier's cage. Your rifle is only as good as your scope. The hungry open fire, not wine.
Oh.
Wow. I think we only got 2 or 3 left. So
This poem was written right around here sometime a million years ago, pre-pandemic or whatever. And it's called In the Gray Light. In the great light of the east side, the wine ain't cheap. And I can't tell if I've blown the sure double play or if the ump should just be tending tables. In the great light of the east side, I'm walking the mulberry and redbud. The air is hushed and floorless. The river a hug of diamonds. Straight up, baby, straight up like the Blues and the Ramparts, Blakey, Birdland, Brubeck's Bar. Straight up, baby, straight up. And on the 7 to Fulton, under the cloud shade and the shale that will tell its own story. See, I don't mind making it up as I go. Straight up, baby, straight up. And he's on the phone fighting about her period and who fucked who, and the whole bar fucking knows it. Par for a city under surveillance, I guess. And I fondly recall, and I think you all do too, when our parents would pull us close if someone came down the street or rode the same number 6 train yelling at invisible strangers, talking to themselves in a tone that, to be perfectly honest, stifles the bare rail cry, the infallible hum you hear on each corner that returns my thoughts to heaven. And if it rains there, is it cold? Is parking a challenge up there too? All right, I got 3 more, and that's going to be it. Thank you. Thank you. Because I'm about to fall down. But that's
Fucking poets. I say I have 3 more, and then after 3 he says, I got 3 more.
Is that what I said?
It is
Yeah.
It's cool,
We're
Mike.
here. We're here for it.
God, I hate confessionals. Not that I'm going to be able to see you because I don't have the right glasses on, but how many people think that Billy Collins looks like a turtle?
Oh,
You got 1 hand raised. 2.
2. Yeah, totally.
Well,
But
whether
I
you-
like turtles, so it's
That's fine.
insults, you know.
Well, whether you agree or not,
Billy Collins insulted me once at the YMCA.
I can tell you a story.
But he was a turtle, so he wasn't quick enough.
This is called Eastern Painting. The poet's turtle in Eastern Painted paddles like prose. The bard tidies his bonsai, pulls a thread from a blue cable knit and leans in. Sometimes it's more than a floater he whittles as slow boy, and awash in fish flakes as the poet in wine withdraws his head and considers that he and the guy biding time via pen Both bear the grimace of studied intent. She packs umbrellas as a shoe. She packs her umbrellas in her shoes as she flies, he scribes. But it's tentative. It's not the place to hang his hat. It's not the place to put down his wine. This one's going to be a slog, thinks Slowboy, through a rattle of bubbles. Snapping at passing meal like the guy in the sweater bites on verbs. The poet doodles. His double paddles northward to see the sky through the unkept glass. In a bit of a brood, the poet too, drawn to the same wild wonder. All right, I really promise this is the last one. And this is called, I grew up not far from here, well, actually way up that way, in the South Bronx. And this is called Ballad of Black Bean Johnson. On the corner of Willis and 149 from a Barca Lounge outside Johnny's, Black Bean Johnson held court. You take your best shit on the day you die, he tells us neophyte urchins. He spoke like God if they spoke the same language. His old man breath. His old man eyes. His dirty V-neck torn from the hunt. We are the sum of our secrets, he howls at the women walking home from Hearns. And we paid attention. We paid rapt attention. We had to. They didn't teach you this shit in school, no matter how fancy the parochial setting or broken the brick and mortar. Captain of his corner, we wondered how someone so wise could live so sparse, so bare, so undisputed. A coup is afoot, he warned the rain. Thank you. I want to thank you all for coming tonight. This has just been great. This is what we really need, just coming out and community together. I don't know where, but I know Calling All Poets up in the Hudson Valley will be live somewhere in the Hudson Valley starting in May. So if you can make it up, or Zoom, because we're going to do the Zoom hybrid. So if you can do that, please join us. And this is called Masquerade Hair. If you recall, before the torpor, so much more was possible than now. Small-minded minds didn't govern in service to Confederacy. The master, more profane than his mobs in Gear City and his tin-cut messiahs with that masquerade hair, didn't own the air rights to your last breath. If you stop to recall, because that's what you do as the days are lost, there was a certain flair to it all. A starlight vast and mannered that kept our souls enthralled. If you stop to recall as Judas reneges, it was never just another day outside the command chain. It didn't all start to blur. There were Bibles and lanterns for light. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.